You have to understand vaccine causes overreactive dendritic cell autoimmune disease. Sometime, what it causes, what its intention is, why the vaccine is given, so that the body is able to produce the weapons for a particular virus. Clear? Right? That's what we intend. And it does also. When the body creates a tool, a weapon for one virus, it loses its ability to produce weapon for many more viruses. Total number of viruses, how many there, which can attack the humans are about 1400. Can you take 1400 vaccines? No, right? Let me explain with an example. Let's say this is your body, and body is having the ability to produce all kind of weapons according to the enemy. Body look at the enemy. Oh, it is elephant. So produce a weapon which can be suitable to the elephant. Body look at the at the enemy. Oh, it is a bird. Then it tries to create a weapon for that. So body does it like this. But now, what you do, for example, let's say, think about 50,000 years back. At that time, the human challenges were different. Every houses, small huts, in the jungle, there were some fences, fences, to protect themselves from the wild tiger. Otherwise, they will get killed by the tiger. So that was the weapon. That was the protection at the time. But today, in this city, do you need to make certain kind of things? But you can give an example. Look, about 50,000 years back, people used to die killed by the tiger. So I'm putting fence. But that was the truth at that time. May not be true now. Today, the challenges are different kind. And the challenges keeps on changing as far as the human body is concerned. The kind of challenge which you are having, by next generation, it will be totally different. I'll prove it. Right? So what you do, imagining this is your body, and the challenge is this body is attacked by birds, you ask the body to make weapon more for the birds only, because our main enemies are bird. So what the body does, body makes lot of weapon for the bird. This means lesser weapon for other kind of enemy. Getting the point? So the moment you start taking vaccine, your body's ability to protect yourself from some other illness, 1400 out of 1400 pathogens, it becomes lesser. Getting the point? That is very, very important. I'll give you an example. For example, polio or scarlet fever. Any virus or any bacteria, it has a trend. It has a behavior. It comes in the world and slowly, 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 it vanishes. You see the history of any virus or bacteria, you'll find once upon a time it came very huge, killing people, and slowly, slowly it vanishes. There is no vaccine for this scarlet fever, but this fever is no more there. Gone. Typhoid fever, again the same. Right? 1900, millions of people getting killed. Slowly, slowly the pathogen, the germ vanishes. No vaccine, no widespread vaccine, very little. Now, whooping cough. Vaccine came at the time when the germs was dying. And now whooping cough is not there, but the credit went to because of vaccine. Right? Similarly, if you see measles, it came by 1960, it was almost gone. In 1970, vaccine came. When it is already gone. For example, now also in newspaper we see, oh, a tiger suddenly came in that village and killed something. We all read. Even tiger sometimes enter some house in Aurangabad or some place. You've read it in Maharashtra recently? Yes or no? But does that mean that you need to fear and you all need to fence yourself because one tiger came? No, you did not do that. So there may be a case of measles even today. There may be a case of other things, little bit here and there, right? So that fear on you will force you to do something about it. But that fear is equivalent to the fear of getting killed by tiger while you're living in a city like this, right? It is equivalent to that. The possibility of getting killed by tiger today is the same as possibility of getting killed by measles today, right? So try to understand the difference. Similarly, if you see polio, Widespread polio was there, almost gone, vaccine came, right? So polio is not in the world, and the credit is vaccine has helped the humanity to get rid of polio. But the trend you see, diphtheria, it came in 1940, 1915, between that, but you see, it was already, the trend was declining, right? So that is how the trend is. Now there are some other challenges, some new kind of viruses are coming. For that you have to prepare yourself. How you can prepare yourself? By not disturbing your superstar dendritic cell. Let it be alert. That is alert already, right? Don't disturb, don't interfere. That is what you can do at this stage. Don't interfere with your immunity, right? This all data, if you want to read, you can go to this research paper, 2018. The revolution in immunology and what it means for your health, right? So these are all scientific things. The conclusion till now, what we have understood till now, vaccine increases the protection from one pathogen, causing decrease in protection from other 1400 pathogen. The choice is yours. You want to get protected from one, but then at that cost of getting more, getting more chances of killed by other 1400 pathogen. Vaccines causes dendritic cell dysfunction leading to autoimmune diseases. These are the truth which you can verify from this latest book. Very interesting, you must read, right? So now the interesting part of this training, drug you consume, you inject, sometimes you are injured, right? And then you apply lotion, Dettol, lotion, potion, other things, and you assume that should help you to get the wound get healing very fast. Is that? Since childhood, oh, kuch kat gaya, Dettol lao fatafat lagao. But don't you think that we have to question that? How we know it is helping us or not, right? Let's question that. Let's do a small experiment to find it. Our nurse is there. A small experiment to see what happens when the medicine meet the blood. In this case, the medicine is, say, Dettol, betadine. What happens when it meets the blood? Okay, so first I have this is a, आप कैमरा में दिखा रहे हैं? Betadine with me. I take about 70 microliter. अब यहाँ दिखाइए ज़रा इस पे 70 microliter. I put it here. Okay. Okay. Now, what happens when the medicine meets the blood? This is aspirin, right? So aspirin I'll take. It is in powder form for this special experiment. And I'll take a pinch of it, very, very small amount you can see in the, on the screen. Very small amount, I keep it here. Okay. And then one heart medicine, this is CoQ10. I'll talk about it. So I am putting it. What happens when this medicine meets your blood? Let's see, right, in a vitro study. Needle. Yeah. You have one more, right? Yeah. So here I put, I prick it, there is a capsule, and put the CoQ10 in the, on the slide, right? So now that I am almost ready for the experiment, you draw the blood, and the moment you draw the blood, you have to put it in this container, and I will take it from the container and I will put it only blood with betadine, with aspirin, and with CoQ10, and let's see what happens and what it means to us, right? So, okay, and we'll start the stopwatch the moment you have your own mobile stopwatch, right? So this experiment is 13 minutes, so we have to start it, right? अभी नहीं, अभी तो ब्लड आए ना आने के पीछे. Okay. One ml blood you can take. Yeah. हाँ, दे दो. Okay. Okay, now you put it in the container. There is the container. I set it on 100 again. 100 microliter. Stopwatch को start कर दो. Yes, all the complete you put it in the container. You start the stopwatch. Start 1 AVV. Last वाला दबा दो. Last वाला दबा दो. Yeah. Now I'll put it. One is this. Okay. And there is simple blood without. Sorry. And this is with betadine. If the blood meets betadine, what happens? If the blood meets aspirin, what happens? If the blood meets CoQ10, then what happens? Right, little bit more. Okay, now I'll mix it all. Only this betadine, it should be mixed properly. And this is what aspirin, right? Mix it properly. And this is CoQ10. Mix it properly. Okay. ठीक है. Now we have to wait for some time till the time the lecture will carry on. I need the right. जब 13 मिनट हो जाए तो बता देना मुझे. When it is 30 minutes, let me know. So we are here. Here what I did, this is blood when nothing is there. This, when we add betadine, what happens? Betadine means some simple solution which you put in wound or cuts. This, when the aspirin and blood, what is expected? It will clot or not? It will not clot, right? And CoQ10, and CoQ10, let's see what happens. CoQ10, what is CoQ10? I'll tell you. For that example, I'll have to take ABC of heart medicine. A stands for aspirin. Whenever you take aspirin, something happens unexpected, unintentional. that your potassium level, it start dropping. Whenever the potassium level will drop, one thing will happen, your blood pressure will increase. Less potassium, more blood pressure, right? Less potassium, more sodium, more blood pressure. That is the inverse relationship. So if you go to the doctor, what the doctor will give? Doctor will say your blood pressure is high. You will take B, blood pressure drug, right? Number one. Number two. I have seen a psychology of many doctors, not only in India, many parts. If the person is on medicine like this, then the third medicine will automatically get attracted. What is that? Cholesterol medicine, right? That is a very common one. But the truth is there is nothing called cholesterol medicine. There is nothing called cholesterol medicine. The truth is the medicine which you call cholesterol medicine, the medicine which you think it reduces the cholesterol level, in reality, your body makes very important chemical that is called HMG coenzyme, and this chemical makes many more chemical which are very important for body. One of them is cholesterol. This makes CoQ10 also. What is CoQ10? Of all the muscles of the body, one muscle which never stops, which never gets tired, heart. Right? Your leg muscle, all kind of muscle, you get tired, you give rest, then you are energetic again. But not in the case of heart, right? So since your childhood till now, it has never stopped. You never gave a rest. Do you want to give it a rest? You did not take a rest for so long, many years. Why don't you take few minutes rest? You cannot afford to give, right? Because then you will be on permanent rest. Did you ever thought why the heart muscle never required rest? Because of one chemical which the body produces, which helps the heart muscle to be working tirelessly, CoQ10. Right? This is the medicine. But the problem is when anybody who takes cholesterol lowering drug, it works at this site. Here, it is cholesterol lowering drug, is called statin. It is not lowering the cholesterol, it is lowering this. It is inhibiting the action of this chemical. So this means cholesterol will be less, but what all will be less? Getting the point? Right? Your intention was to reduce cholesterol, so you stopped the action here, along with cholesterol got reduced definitely, but in addition to that, what also got reduced? CoQ10. So when the CoQ10 will be reduced, if you are on statin, on cholesterol lowering drug, so after some day you'll feel tired, not energetic. Then you'll go to the doctor. Doctor will say, take CoQ10. So on one side, you are eating something to reduce cholesterol, but that is reducing CoQ10. On the other side, you are now eating CoQ10 also. Right? So that is the problem. So CoQ10 also I put what it will do when it meets the blood. We'll see after some time. So here, if you ask anybody what is the cholesterol lowering drug actually means, what is the name, scientific name? The scientific name is HMG coenzyme inhibitor. It is not cholesterol inhibitor. The medicine name is the statin. The cholesterol lowering drug which you are taking is not a cholesterol lowering drug. It is an inhibitor. What inhibitor? HMG coenzyme inhibitor. It inhibits, right? There are very few small children, unfortunate small children, who are born without their body's ability to produce this chemical pathway. They are the one, they grow very, very fast. They grow older in 10 years, their face looks like 80 years. You've seen the movie Pa? So the Pa was suffering from this kind of illness. Body is not able to produce that pathway which you are fortunate, we are fortunate our body is able to produce, but we are blocking it intentionally, right? So whenever you take cholesterol lowering drug, one thing you remember, you are not taking cholesterol lowering drug. There is no drug which can control or lower the cholesterol directly, but you are taking a medicine to control or inhibit the action of HMG coenzyme, right? So in the process, you are also depleting your body of CoQ10, and this CoQ10 is also less. Now you will feel tired, you will start growing older, right? So you will now forced to take CoQ10 through mouth. It is a vicious cycle, right? So what to do? Rather than taking a new medicine, you stop the older medicine. Symptom will be gone. Rather than taking the new medicine, CoQ10, why don't you stop which medicine in this case? Cholesterol lowering drug. So if you don't believe or if you want more proof, you read my book, High Cholesterol and Medical Fraud. Here I have covered the research paper from the beginning till today, from the beginning of cholesterol hypothesis, which came in 1950, 1960, till the latest, so that you can decide. Now, I call it A, B, C, D. Normally, the heart patient they take. So this happens when you take it. When the injury happens, what happens exactly? I need again 2 people. But this time they are not going to die. Okay, 1 up, ek up. This time they are not going to die, but they are going to get hurt. You are ready? Only 1 liter of blood, and I told you 1 liter of blood will not kill, right? Okay, they are still laughing, thinking that I'm just joking. But nurse is here, bottle is here. So 2 हो गए already. Welcome, welcome, sir. आपका नाम? संजय. Welcome. वसंत. अच्छा, वसंत जी, संजय जी and वसंत. आप इधर आइए, आप इधर रहिए, right? संजय एंड वसंत, राइट? अब एक केस स्टडी करते हैं ना, देखते हैं क्या होता है. ये कील है, ठीक है ना? इमेजिन कीजिए इनका पैर कील पे पड़ जाता है. इमेजिन दैट ही गॉट हर्ट दिस नेल. कर लिया इमेजिन? संजय. नाउ normal protocol is that he will be taken to the doctor, and which injection he will be asked for? Very right. Go for tetanus injection immediately. But then, tetanus, because tetany is a virus which lives in a rusty things, the virus might have got entered in his body, and his body should be protected from the virus, right? So, what it has to be done? The germs, tetanus injection, right? The bacteria, not the virus, sorry. So, the body needs to be protected from this bacteria, tetany bacteria, so you have to take tetanus ka injection, right? But I take this lab, and in the lab it is seen that it does not contain tetany bacteria at all, and in this vicinity where he stepped there was no tetany bacteria at all. So do he still need a tetanus vaccine? Yes or no? Very clear. Logical also. It will not need. If I can prove that there is no bacteria here, there was no, so why to give unnecessary, right? No vaccine is required, no tetanus injection is required for you since there was no bacteria. Clear? Sanjay is safe from the injection, tetanus injection, right? Basant's case, again, he stepped on the nail, right? This time, I said, no tetanus vaccine for him. First, let me take it to the lab. Thank you. So in this case, I took it to the lab, and lab said it is full of tetany bacteria. This means his body is now having tetany bacteria, right? His body was not having, so he is free. His body is having. My question to you, should we give him tetanus vaccine? Logical, what the doctor will say, logic says, yes, because he has hurt himself with and this is having lot of tetany bacteria, so he must be given tetanus ka injection, right? वो लगेगा ही लगेगा, बच्चों को डरा दें tetanus का injection लगा देंगे, that way. Now, try to understand. If his body is already having this virus, this bacteria, why through injection we want more dead tetany in his body? By vaccine, what we are achieving? We are adding more same bacteria or not? It is not, vaccine is not a medicine. It is the dead version of the same bacteria with which he is infected. So his body is already having tetany bacteria. So why I'll put some more dead? What is the logic? Right? So, If there is no tetany bacteria, don't vaccinate. If there is a lot of tetany bacteria, don't need to vaccinate. So in both the cases, you don't need tetanus injection. Let me tell you, medical science is not a medical science like a medical culture. I'll give you one small example to make you understand. And the example is something like this. You go to any religion, right? I'm not talking of any particular. You go to mandir or masjid or anywhere, let's say mandir. And I pray to the God, and at the end, I put some money or some fruits or some sweets. Do you think God will come someday to take it? I have faith in God. No question in that. But why I am putting the sweet? It is a tradition. And we are told not to question the tradition. Right? Instead, I believe the amount of money which I am going to spend on this, I will give to some poor. God will be happy or not? Right? So, or both. To be on a safer side, let me put it in the mandir also, equal amount to the poor also. But in case of the body, right, it is a tradition, since a childhood we have been hearing, that if you are hurt with something like this, go for a tetanus injection, right? And you are told, you are being brainwashed, don't question it. So you don't question it. But you see, where is the logic, right? Even if there is a tetany live bacteria inside his body is trying to make antibodies, weapons to kill it. By putting some more dead bacteria, his chances of getting cured, will it increase? It cannot, right? And it is not only my logic. Journal of Neuroscience Research, 2006, exposure tetanus toxin fragment by nerve terminal from an intramuscular depot is an avid and rapid process and is not blocked by vaccination, right? It means that by giving a tetanus injection will not make any difference to the patient, not at all, right? So the commonly held belief for so long period, if you try to question, let me tell you, we already have something wonderful in our body, the superstar, dendritic cell, right? At that time, dendritic cell is at war, trying to prevent, and we are trying to prevent it. We are trying to put something like this. So don't do it, right? So, ho gaya? Thanks. And for you, we call it a green revolution, right? For you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. 13 minutes ho gaye? 15 minutes. Now, blood with, when only blood I kept 13-15 minutes, what happened? As expected, it got clot. Clot matlab? Now, it is not flowing. Can you see that in the screen? I am holding it vertically, it is not dropping. The blood's normal tendency not to get clot. It is showing that. It will get clot, right? So that is how you are cured when you are getting cut or wound. When it gets clot, right? So it becomes solid and you are protected, right, from any germs to enter. But what you do? Before you do anything, you put betadine, right? Dettol, yes? Now, this is the slide. Yes. Now here you see, I added betadine and blood. And I do this. What is happening? No clot. So, when you are adding betadine, what are you doing? You are delaying the clotting action of the body. And the clotting action, who is the superstar? Yeah, the dendritic cell is having a role to play. First, right, police bhi main hoon. It will go and catch all the germs. फिर दूसरा क्या था वो क्या बन गया था? Lawyer भी वो है. Which one to be killed, which one not to be killed, how much to be killed, and finally, judge. When to clot. All the decision is with dendritic cells, but now you are more intelligent. You try to interfere by putting betadine, by putting Dettol, right? So how we have been hearing since childhood. But our body is more intelligent than betadine. Let me make you understand that. Now the third thing, aspirin, right? Aspirin, uh, see, it is clot कर रहा है क्या? नहीं. And that is what is expected. Aspirin makes blood thin so that it should not clot, and it is showing the same result, right? So there is no contradiction. This is expected, it is showing it. But what happens with CoQ10? अब देखिए, CoQ10. Now you see here, it is falling down, right? It is not dropping, right? What CoQ10 does, it has a clotting effect. It clots but slowly, right? It clots but slowly. So this means one side you take aspirin, anti-clotting. One side you take CoQ10, clotting. Anti-clotting, clotting, right? You take cholesterol, lowering CoQ10. And then what you do? You take CoQ10 again. You take aspirin, lowering potassium, increasing blood pressure, and now you take blood pressure medicine. So this means first you're creating a problem for yourself, right? And then you're taking medicine for the problem for which you created yourself, through medicine only, right? So this CoQ10, it is a clotting medicine. It clots the blood. For heart, do you want your blood to clot? Yes or no? No. So if you don't want your body blood to clot, should not take CoQ10 because it is having a clotting agent, right? It is having a clotting agent. And that clotting agent may not be good for your heart condition, right? So this is one thing, one message which I want to give through you. 3 minutes more, right? Thank you. So let's conclude for the day. You see, the current wound management protocol, we put antibiotic, biotic, tetanus vaccine, tetanus immunoglobulin, then local application, bandage, right? These are the normal protocol which we do. When we do this, what we achieve? When we do this, what we achieve? I have many diabetes patients who come to me with this kind of injury. And if I check what was the protocol was, right? You see, when you apply antiseptic cream or antiseptic lotion and then you put a bandage, that is a very good place for the enemy bacteria, anaerobic bacteria. There is no oxygen inside. So the bacteria which can grow without oxygen are the bacteria which are your enemy. And when anaerobic bacteria are inside the bandage, it will start eating your own body, and after some time what you will see? Something like this. So try to understand. People say he got amputated because of his diabetes. I say no. It's because of the diabetes care. It is not diabetes which is killing you, maybe the diabetes care which may be killing you, right? So the current protocol is wound management, apply antibiotic, apply tetanus vaccine, right? And then some kind of antiseptic, bandage. My protocol is sunlight, lot of oxygen, lot of nutrition, right? Thank you, friends. Fortunately, these are almost free, right? Now, till now you have understood that what we should not do. Don't drug yourself. Now, in next 2 minutes, 2 more minutes, what we must do, right? To talk about what we must do, we must not do, I spend 1.5 hours, and we must do, I'm spending only 2 minutes. Why? Because I want you to come in next 2 days again, right? To learn that. So, but I'm going to give you some glimpses so that curiosity comes and then only you can come next day. You'll come next day. need not to worry about what we have to do to get to cure of the disease, because 1662 number of disease at that time, it was classified about 81 disease. By 1990, the collection of disease, it is called International Classification of Disease, Volume 10. International Classification of Disease, Volume 10. If you read that, human can be sick by 8,000 different ways. But now, this year, 2019, 11th edition has come, which I have not read yet. But it will be few more. So this means there are about 8,000 ways you can be sick. But don't get confused, because your body, when the cell dies, cell can die only 3 ways. Cell 3 तरह से ही मर सकता है. Only 3 way your cell can die. So just focus that only 3 way. One is apoptosis. It is a healthy way of cell dying. Like the tree, the fruits, it falls. The old leaves, it falls. Right? So that is a healthy way. Body also discards the cells when its lifetime is over. Apoptosis, right? It kills the cells, right? Recycles it, right? So then autophagy. Autophagy means there are certain kind of tumor, certain kind of stone, certain kind of outgrowth which the body don't need. So body eats that tumor, convert that into nutrition, and supply that nutrition to the body part where it is needed the most. So that is needed or not? Autophagy. That is called recycling of the waste. As our environment can be healthy, if you recycle the waste, body has a strategy to recycle the waste, and that is by eating certain kind of cells which are not needed, which are cancerous, and that is called autophagy. So these are 2 ways when the body kills the cell death. But these are healthy way of dying. The third way is necrosis. Necrosis means when certain cells are deprived of food and oxygen, like brain stroke, like heart disease, heart attack, right? Cell death because of not getting oxygen, not getting any food. So that is called necrosis. And if this necrosis is switched off, these 2 are switched on, it is called life. But if this is also switched on, right? Your certain cells are not getting oxygen, that is called illness. But if necrosis is on, but autophagy and apoptosis is off, that is death. Whenever death happens, how it happens? Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. So, this we need not to worry, because had it happened, we would have died already. This we have to worry. What we need to do? We have to only switch off this. Whatever may be the illness, out of those 8,000 illness will vanish. Now, what is the most important question at this time? How to switch off. That I'm not going to tell today, I'm going to tell tomorrow. Right? Thank you. Thank you. But before that, to conclude, somebody who has brought me to this stage, I would like to invite them on the stage. Yogesh Mittal ji, Ashutosh ji, Mahesh ji, please come on the stage. You might have seen, are their face familiar in some videos? Yeah? Those who say that I am not accessible, if you are accessible to them, you are accessible to me. Right? So, with all of the 3, I take the opportunity to honor for the effort. A green revolution for you, sir. For you. For you. So, यहाँ से आगे जो ले जाने वाले हैं, सिद्ध बाबू जी, दादा केल लखानी, आपके लिए हम लोग नीचे आएंगे. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here, concluding slide. So, cure is table to toilet. The distance between table to toilet, if you can manage, right, you can get cured of all the illness. If the distance is too much, you'll get disease. If it is too less, even then you'll get disease. So what is the distance for each one of you that I'm going to tell you tomorrow, right? And day after tomorrow is game of life for a disease-free world, right? A kind of this I'm going to tell you day after tomorrow. One request for all of you. What I expect from you, whatever knowledge you're getting from here, it should go to all the people, your friends, right? So for that, this program is, it is live in YouTube now. It is live in Facebook now, right? So how many of you have got the Facebook and YouTube link in your WhatsApp? Yeah. And I'm sure that you have spread it to your friends, right? So because I don't want you to die suddenly. You should not die suddenly, you should not die painfully, right? And together, we will be able to achieve it. How many of you are diabetes educator here? Okay. So those who are diabetes educator, for them, हमारे R.K. Verma ji आइए, and Meena Gupta, right? You try to recognize their faces. Both of them will be available in the counter outside India Book of Record, counter number 10, right? And they will give you the privilege pass, small coupon, which you have to paste on your iCard. And for the diabetes educator, tomorrow after lunch, we'll announce the time. We'll have, some of you wanted a close interaction, right? So for diabetes educator, we'll have a close interaction, but for that, you need the privilege pass. And to get the privilege pass, you will contact them after this, this which is going to end now. And you can get the privilege pass. Registration booth, आपको ढूंढ लेंगे. आपको ढूंढना है इनको. Counter number 10, जो India Book of Record counter वहाँ पे, right? Sure. You can meet me. Sure. Thank you. And before I end, I want to honor chairman and co-chairman. And for that, I'll invite my wife, Nija, please come on the stage. Thank you, sir. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. I'll use the privileges of a chairperson to make comments. सिद्ध बाबू जी आपके चरण में सवाल. डॉक्टर चौधरी, आपको बहुत बहुत कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स. एक लंबी टॉक 1.5 घंटे तक ऑडियंस को संभाल के रखना बहुत मुश्किल है. मुझे अभी पता लग जाएगा कि 2 मिनट में मेरे बोलते ही लोग चले जाएंगे. आपके 2-3 मिनट जरूर चाहूँगा. डॉक्टर चौधरी ने शुरू में एक बहुत अच्छी बात की थी, पता नहीं लोगों ने उस पर ध्यान दिया कि नहीं दिया. उन्होंने कहा चीज़ को सुनिए, समझिए, परखिए, करिए, फिर रिजल्ट देखिए, फिर मानिए. और मुझे आप सब ने तालियां बजाई सिर्फ सुनने पे. किसी ने समझा भी नहीं, मुझे लगता है क्या क्या हो गया. कारण, एक लड़का है, उसके पिताजी उसको मोटरसाइकिल देते हैं. वो मोटरसाइकिल चलाता हुआ जाता है, दोस्तों के साथ शराब पीता है, फिर मोटरसाइकिल चलाता है, एक खंबे से टकराता है, चोट लगती है, आधा लीटर ब्लड गिरता है, 2 लीटर नहीं. हॉस्पिटल पहुंचता है, डॉक्टर इलाज करता है और उस लड़के की मृत्यु हो जाती है. इसमें दोषी डॉक्टर है, अस्पताल है, खंबा है, अल्कोहल है, अल्कोहल की दुकान है, भारतीय सरकार है, या पिता जिसने मोटरसाइकिल दी, या बेटा जिसने मोटरसाइकिल चलाई. इसमें दोष किसका है? हाँ, स्वयं लड़का? नहीं, सारे ही दोषी हो सकते हैं. खंबा गलत लगा हो सकता है, शराब की दुकान क्यों खुली थी. तो द क्वेश्चन मैं आपको जो बताना चाह रहा हूँ, इन सारे सूत्रों में आज इनॉग्रल में चीफ गेस्ट साहब ने डॉक्टर बासवराज उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात बोली थी, तो इट इज़ आवर ड्यूटी टू चेक द फैक्ट्स। एंड डॉक्टर बिस्वरूप, आपकी टॉक के साथ एज ए चेयरपर्सन मैं अपनी ड्यूटी पूरी नहीं करूँगा अगर जहाँ जहाँ पे मैं आपके फैक्ट्स से एग्री नहीं करता तो मैं ऑडियंस को बताऊँ नहीं कि कहाँ कहाँ पे फैक्ट्स वर नॉट करेक्ट। नोबेल प्राइज डेथ के बाद नहीं दिया जाता, 3 बार दिया जा चुका है। डॉक्टर स्टाइनमैन गॉट इट बिकॉज उनकी नोबेल प्राइज लेने के 3 दिन पहले डेथ हुई थी, प्राइज 4 हफ्ते पहले डिसाइड हो गया था, नोबेल कमेटी के पास कोई चॉइस ही नहीं थी। मरने के बाद किसी को नॉमिनेट नहीं किया जा सकता। डैग हेमरशोल्ड और एक लिटरेचर का अवार्ड भी डेथ के बाद प्रदान किया जा चुका है। यस, नंबर 2, व्हेन यू से ब्लड एक्सपेरिमेंट, बॉडी के अंदर ब्लड ना तो टेस्ट ट्यूब में घूमता है ना कांच पे घूमता है। अगर आप 70 माइक्रोलीटर ब्लड डालते हैं तो उसके साथ 2 नैनोग्राम एस्पिरिन डालिए। आपने एस्पिरिन डाल दिए 1 ग्राम। 200 मिलीग्राम ऑफ एस्पिरिन अगर ब्लड में डाल दें तो आपके एक्सपेरिमेंट के हिसाब से तो हार्ट के पेशेंट को बीटाडीन पीनी चाहिए, तो उसका हार्ट अटैक कभी होएगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि बीटाडीन से हार्ट क्लॉट ही नहीं हुआ। प्लीज ओपन योर माइंड टू लुक एट दीज एक्सपेरिमेंट्स प्रॉपरली। आई मस्ट पॉइंट आउट कि वी शुड बी केयरफुल हम किस चीज़ को कॉजेशन मान रहे हैं। जिस लांसेट पेपर को आपने कोट किया है, किसी ने टेटनस देखा है? आप में से किसी ने टेटनस देखा है? तो इसीलिए आप उस एक्सपेरिमेंट को आराम से सुन रहे हैं कि टेटनस का वैक्सीन लगवाइए या नहीं लगवाइए। एक बार आप टेटनस देख लेंगे, आपकी रूह कांप जाएगी। आप वैक्सीनेशन घर दौड़ के लगवाएंगे जब आप टेटनस से मृत्यु होते देख लेंगे। वो दर्दनाक भी है, सडन भी नहीं है, तड़पा के भी है और प्रिवेंटेबल भी है। हमने टेटनस देखा है, अपनी आंख से देखा है। सो वैक्सीन्स और इन सब के जो भी मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजीज हैं, इनको साइंटिफिकली प्रूव करिए, 2 और 2 जोड़िए नहीं। मेरा आपसे गुजारिश है, आई एम सॉरी, पर ये गलत है। ये बिल्कुल, आपके सारी चीज़ें सही हैं। आपने लिख दिया लांसेट पेपर को, आपने कहा 120/80 से बीपी कम होने पे डेथ होने का रिस्क बढ़ जाता है। लेट मी कंप्लीट, देन आप सारे करिएगा। इस स्टडी की डिटेल में जाइए, सिर्फ कैपिटल हेडिंग पे मत करिए। ये तो कैपिटल हेडिंग वैसे ही है भारत सरकार की कि 5 वर्षीय प्रोग्राम में गरीबी हट जाएगी, उसके पीछे पूरा प्रोसेस होता है। आपने कहा 120/80 से लोअर ब्लड प्रेशर का मोर्टेलिटी होता है, किन का? ये वो लोग हैं जिनको ब्लड प्रेशर भी है, हार्ट की बीमारी है, उनको ब्लड प्रेशर की दवाई दी गई। हमने 100 लोग ब्लड प्रेशर के लिए 150-90 से ज़्यादा वाले, उनमें से 10 साल बाद 50 मर गए। और उन्हीं 100 लोगों को जब हमने दवाई दी तो 30 मर गए, तो 20 तो बच गए। सो द फैक्ट इज इट इज़ प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक। अब आप उस एक मृत्यु को लेके बाकी 20 को भी मरने को बोल रहे हैं कि आप भी मत एस्पिरिन खाइए क्योंकि उससे ब्लड खराब हो जाता है। सो दिस इज़ नॉट राइट। आप अपनी थियोरी बिल्कुल फैलाइए, पर मैं आप सबको इतना ही बोलता हूँ, नेचुरल लाइफ, सनलाइट, ये हॉल मेडिकल साइंस से नेचुरल हेल्दी लाइफ सब कहते हैं। हम लोग सब आलसी हैं, कोई मेहनत नहीं करना चाहता अपने शरीर के लिए, अपने ज्ञान के लिए। हमको सडन रैपिड सोल्यूशन चाहिए, हमको चाहिए कि हमारे को क्योर कर दो, हमको चाहिए कि हमारे को मेहनत कुछ ना करे। मैं अपना डालडा भी खाऊं, पकोड़े भी खाऊं, भजिया भी खाऊं, मोबाइल भी चलाऊं और मेरे को बीमारी भी ना हो और मैं अमर होके जीऊं। वो तो योगी भी जिन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट किए थे, बेचारे पत्ते खाते थे, जंगल में रहते थे। आप लोग भी रह लीजिए तो वैसे ही हेल्दी हो जाओगे, ना मेरी जरूरत पड़ेगी ना इनकी। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Do you have the right to answer this question?
Please, you have.
Yeah. Let me answer the first. The Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize in medicine, that is the only which was given posthumously, right? But overall Nobel Prize में yes 3 बार लोगों को ऐसे मिला जो डेथ के बाद। Nobel Prize in medicine, only that person.
Prove or disprove his theory. It is a process issue. The theory is the same. Dr. Steinman was working on a vaccine that he developed for his own cancer on dendritic cell and he actually died. तो उस तरीके के काम ना वो लोग खुद करते हैं। सो आई थिंक द बॉटम लाइन इज दे आर डिफरेंट पीपल। ऐसा ना लगे कि पूरे दुनिया के सारे एथिकल अच्छे लोग इस ऑडिटोरियम में हैं और पिछले 100 साल से जितने लोग साइंस कर रहे हैं वो सब चोर, बदमाश और मक्कारी थे। ये गलत हो गया। हम इतने एंटाइटल नहीं हैं कि मैं यहाँ पे अच्छा हूँ और बाकी सब दुनिया गलत है।
Okay, I'll answer your second question, sir. About tetanus, I already quoted the journal, which I can show again.
Go slide by slide and all your journals I can counter.
I'm talking about tetanus.
Yeah,
sir.
I can counter all your journals.
Only tetanus, only tetanus. So logically, I told you how the tetanus virus or bacteria can work in the body and how tetanus injection are important or not important. But to substantiate that, I have given a journal report. So that is about the tetanus.
Yeah, one journal report against 25,000 टेटनस के आर्टिकल्स होंगे. मैं अपनी टॉक अभी दिखाऊंगा, एलोपैथिक व्यू ऑफ नेचुरोपैथी. इफ पीपल हैव द पेशेंस प्लीज वेट टिल 4:30 एंड आई विल टेल यू. एंड मैं कुछ फैक्ट्स अभी रिलीज कर देता हूं. आप टेटनस के एक पेपर की टाइटल पे बात कर रहे हैं, टेटनस के 25,000 पेपर आप उसके साथ कोट करिए, तब बात मानेंगे.
I have a counter answer. This is last answer, then I'll give to you. Yeah.
नहीं सर, हमारा डिबेट नहीं है. हम सिर्फ आपको एजुकेट करके, एज ए चेयरपर्सन आई हैव द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू टेल यू द ट्रुथ.
He must.
अदरवाइज मैं अपने टीचर्स के साथ हनन कर दूंगा सर, मैं अपनी पढ़ाई का हनन कर दूंगा. आई एम सॉरी बट दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल. कौन सी पढ़ाई का, कौन बोल रहा है?
Yeah.
जी
Please.
You have to listen. That is the most important thing. One can die of any bacteria, including tetany. One can die of any bacteria, including, say, or a virus, say, polio or rabies, right? So, for example, death can happen even from a whooping cough and cold. One can die of fever, right? But that does not prove that vaccine is protecting you. That is what I am not saying that the person second who is suffering from tetany will not die, or he will have, or I am only saying that tetanus vaccine is ineffective. That is my point, right? So there are persons who have died of tetany bacteria, true, because their immunity did not support them. But had they took vaccine, they would have been alive. That is the question mark.
That question mark requires proof. You have not seen tetanus, you have no proof. You are just making a claim.
Thank you.
Let us be very clear. Belief and fact are two different things, and I will stop here.
Thank you.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सर्वप्रथम मैं आयोजकों को धन्यवाद देती हूँ और आभारी हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे यहाँ आपके बीच आने का मौका दिया. मैं इस संत नगरी में सिद्ध भाव को सादर प्रणाम करती हूँ और आप सबसे एक निवेदन भी करती हूँ कि ये इतना बड़ा मंच आपने उपलब्ध कराया है, ये चर्चा का जो विषय है, तो आप यहाँ से एक सही इन्फॉर्मेशन लेकर जाए जो आपके जीवन में काम आए. कोई भी हो, XYZ, किसी का नाम हम लोग नहीं ले रहे क्योंकि दो मेडिकल फील्ड के एक्सपर्ट हमारे सामने, डॉक्टर गोपेश मोदी को आप सभी जानते हैं. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये जीवन से जुड़ी हुई चीज़ें हैं और इनके विषय में आपका जानना अति आवश्यक है. कई बार हम गलत फहमी में कुछ ऐसे कार्य कर जाते हैं जो हमारे जीवन के लिए घातक सिद्ध होते हैं. अब इस फील्ड में तो मैं ज़्यादा नहीं बोलूँगी, बस इतना ज़रूर कहूँगी कि हमें इन चीज़ों की ज़रूरत ही ना पड़े, न सॉरी डॉक्टर न डॉक्टर की न पैथोलॉजी की, और उसके लिए योग और नेचुरोपैथी से अच्छा कोई दूसरा साधन नहीं है. मैं किसी के फील्ड को चैलेंज नहीं कर रही हूँ, लेकिन आज इन चीज़ों को इतना अतिशयोक्ति में दे दिया है कि किसी को बुखार भी आया तो सारे टेस्ट करा दो. हम और ये सारी चीज़ निर्भर करती है हमारी दिनचर्या पर. योग हमको संतुलित जीवन देता है, योग हमको आत्मविश्वास देता है, जिससे हम भय मुक्त होते हैं. तो यदि बुखार आ भी जाए तो हम डॉक्टर के नहीं जाते. और ये यकीन मानिए, यदि आपका आत्मबल, आत्मविश्वास स्ट्रांग है तो आप अच्छी से अच्छी बीमारियों को भी दरकिनार कर देते हैं. और मैं यही कहूँगी कि गिरते वही हैं जो भयग्रस्त रहते हैं. और गिरते हैं शेरे सवार ही जंगे मैदान में, वो तिफल क्या गिरेंगे जो चलते ही घुटनों के बल। और ये जो 2 दिन का सेमिनार है इंटरनेशनल, हम 3 दिन का है, हाँ सॉरी 3 दिन का है। मैं एक्चुअली यहाँ 2 दिन नहीं हूँ, मैं चाहती 3 दिन मैं यहाँ अटेंड करना चाह रही थी। मैं सिद्ध भाव को फिर से बहुत सम्मान के साथ बधाई देती हूँ, और ऐसे प्रोग्राम, ऐसे सेमिनार वो ऑर्गेनाइज करें। हम लोगों की ओर से जो भी उनको मतलब जो हम लोग सहयोग कर सकते हैं ज़रूर से करेंगे। और यहाँ की जनता, भोपाल की, भोपाल से बाहर की और विदेशों से आई हुई जनता, मेरा आप सभी से पुनः निवेदन है, और बहुत स्ट्रांगली मैं कह रही हूँ, कोई भी गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन लेके मत जाइएगा जो आपके जीवन से, आपका जीवन सिर्फ आपका नहीं है, आपका जीवन आपके परिवार का है, आपके समाज का है और राष्ट्र का है। इस जीवन को हमें सुरक्षित रखना है। और इस जिस राष्ट्र, जिस देश के हम जीव हैं, वहाँ वसुधैव कुटुंबक आज सुबह ही बात कही गई है। तो ये गरिमामयी संस्कृति का देश है, इसलिए हमें सच के साथ जीना है। और महर्षि पतंजलि का जो अष्टांग योग है, उसमें यम में सबसे पहले यही बात कही है। और राष्ट्र निर्माण वही कर सकता है जो अंदर से सत्य और सत्यता के साथ जीता है, जैसा आपको यहाँ देखने को मिलेगा। इस नगरी में ये कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँचा है, ये आप प्रत्यक्ष देख सकते हैं। मैं आपका ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगी क्योंकि भोजन आपका इंतज़ार कर रहा है, और मैं अपने शब्दों को यहीं विराम देती हूँ।
थैंक यू एवरीवन।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और आदरणीय धनोरिया मैम, मैं आपकी तरफ से बोलना चाहूँगी आप दोनों के लिए कि आओ एक नई राह पर चलकर देखें, आओ एक नई राह पर चलकर देखें। कुछ तुम बदल कर देखो, कुछ तुम बदल कर देखो। हम आपका सम्मान करना चाहेंगे, हम आपको सादर आमंत्रित करते हैं, और हमारे परम श्रद्धेय श्री सिद्धबाबू जी को, जैसा कि हमारी संस्था की परंपरा है, तो उस परंपरा का निर्वहन करते हुए हम हमारे अतिथियों का सम्मान करेंगे। और बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने कि यदि हम अपनी जीवन शैली को बेहतर रखें तो हमें किसी की भी ज़रूरत ना पड़े, और वही ज़रूरी है। और हमारा जीवन सिर्फ हमारा नहीं, हम सबका है। नारी शक्ति को नमन करते हुए सबसे पहले